Hey there guys, how's it going? Blazed here, and today we're going to be playing the Stanley Parable. Alright, we're in an office. It's at 11:20 something.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I mean, just for that, I'm going on the door on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
What a nice lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I mean, can we use the vending machine? I guess we don't have money.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Wait. Alright, that goes nowhere, but this one goes into another room.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
This mean? Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
I kind of am if you tell me where to go.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
All right.
Chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, we'll go through the red door.
You are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I
shouldn't trust him. I'm going in circles.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
I don't trust him.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Planetarium.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel...
No,
Wait,
I'm good on that.
Where are you going?
It might be nice, but
Oh, no.
it's too nice for us.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Now he seems worried. How high do the stairs go?
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. No! Oh,
Alright.
thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Yeah, sure. I don't think we gave him enough of a chance. But we're going back to the stairs.
No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God. Is this
But the other
really how
room,
much
you know,
dislike
kind of
my
sucked.
game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all.
I did want to make a choice.
Is it over?
Oh.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Alright. Gotta turn off the computers, nobody's here. Bad for the environment. What? Am I missing something?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, this time we'll take him up on it, we'll go on the left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
A broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
But what if I just stay here? I'm gonna stay in the corner.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Makes me think there is something here. Up there.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yep. Gotta take a minute to soak it all in.
Still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Yes.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Well, it's not doing nothing. There's a mop bucket there and a broom. You know, there's actually a broom in the broom closet.
You
So we gotta take it in.
There's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I mean, it's a door we actually got to open, though, so it has to do something.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I'm hoping somebody else took the broom closet ending then.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
For that, I'm definitely not leaving the broom closet now.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
He really does not like the broom
It's good
closet.
to have you on board. I guarantee You can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
We can.
You too?
Yep.
Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Alright. And then we turn back. Oh, he's serious. Oh man, we made him mad.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
No, the broom
walked
closet.
upstairs to his boss's office.
What's downstairs? But there's nothing outside either. So we can chill out in the bathroom for a bit. Get behind here. There.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
Yep. You got me there. We're just gonna have to go one at a time.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
It's gonna give up.
Two, 8, 4, 5.
Oh, so close. Just did not work. Maybe there's another way out.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay. Which way do I go? A button.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But that one says escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I mean, surely that can't be
true. The door
true.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Hey, we lived. He lied.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh shit.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing
who's
him
this now?
instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Button sounds. Okay. I think we beat it.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Alright guys, so that was the Stanley Parable. Take it easy, and until next time, please hit like and subscribe.